Hello everyone, Jared Cherry Pie here, and today I have the Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun saw. The MSRP for this is about $650. Let's see what you get for the money. So if you're not familiar with this type of gun, it looks like a shotgun, it shoots 12 gauge, but it's not a shotgun. It does not have a stock, so it's not designed to be fired from the shoulder. That's one of the criteria to be a shotgun. And the barrel is less than 16 inches. So that would make it a short barrel shotgun, but the overall length is at least 26 inches. This one is like 26.3 inches to be exact. So because of that, it's not a shotgun. It's not in any other weapon. It's just considered a firearm or a pistol grip style firearm. So it gives you the cool factor of having a short barrel shotgun without all the legal paperwork and money required. You do have to be 21 to buy this, even though for regular shotguns you have to be 18. And of course, some state laws will have this more restricted than others. So it's based off the Mossberg 590 Shockwave. That's where the shock part from the shock saw comes from. And it has a Mossberg chainsaw grip. So that's where the saw part comes from. It has a Raptor style from the Shockwave company grip. So it's not vertical like a pistol grip, and it's not nice and shouldering. It's kind of awkward to hold sometimes, but it makes the overall gun very, very short. This particular model has the upgraded aluminum forend with a Picatinny rail on bottom and M-lock rails on the side, so you can add your favorite attachments. And this chainsaw grip, if you don't want it, you just remove these 3 bolts from the bottom and you can take it off. But this type of gun, it really does require something good to be able to control it well, because with a regular shotgun, at least when you have it in your shoulder, you can aim it well and absorb the recoil. But with this type of gun, there's not any good way to aim it, and there's not any good way to absorb the recoil. So at least, holding it like this, the gun kind of slippery, slips out your hands a little bit, but this way at least gives you a nice good grip, so you can kind of hip fire it pretty easy. Although it's not very accurate that way, obviously. Interesting note, it does have a little bead sight up front, which with a traditional shotgun will kind of help you aim in that direction, which, I mean, really you're not supposed to be aiming with a shotgun anyway. But in the instruction manual for the Shockwaves, Mossberg very specifically says, do not try to hold the gun at eye level and aim it. So the recoil might hit you in the face. So having that bead sight up front for aiming is like, why do they do that? I'm sure it's because it's just, all their barrels have that and they just manufacture it that way. But I mean, it's like you're putting it there telling people to aim, but then you're also telling people in the instruction manual not to aim. Just one of those weird things when you get this type of gun. It does have a pretty nice long tube. This one is 5+1. That means you can hold 5 shells in the tube and 1 loaded for a total of 6. The competition, like the Remington TAC 14, only holds 4+1, so you get 1 extra shot. It has very nice controls. So your action release is down here, so when you want to pump it, if you don't pull the trigger, you can push the button right there to be able to rack the slide, or this one's not called a slide, be able to rack the gun. And the safety is this little tang up top. So you just push it forward, red is dead, push it down. So in this particular situation, all the controls are very easy to maneuver when you're holding the gun properly. But overall, I'm not sure I would want to shoot a 12 gauge in this such a small little package. It's going to have a lot of kick. A lot of ranges, indoor ranges, don't even let people shoot this type of gun. Our range doesn't, because people don't have any idea how to control it. I don't know why. For some reason, everybody's like, you got to get a 12 gauge for home defense. Whenever there's riots or whenever there's a presidential election, they're talking about banning guns. People always jump out and say, I'm going to get a 12 gauge for home defense, because they have this misconception you don't have to aim, which isn't true. You have to aim for any gun, even a shotgun. Even if it's in a general direction, you should still kind of aim it. So people want to get a 12 gauge. They want something that's small and compact so they can maneuver around the house or hide it under their car seat or something. But then they don't know how to properly handle the gun. At least this will give you a fighting chance. The Mossberg Shockwave also does have a sling mount in the front and the rear, so that you could put a sling on it, which a lot of the Remington TAC 14s don't have that, unless you buy special grips, or you, like the Shockwave company, you can buy a special one that has it. And it does have a what they call a breacher style muzzle. So the front of the barrel has some like jagged edges. They call it a standoff point or a breacher point. So when you're like loading it into a doorway, something flat, it gives you some gap. So when you fire it, if you didn't have a gap, all the pressure would build up in the barrel and either shoot out backwards or could destroy your barrel. This way the gases can escape out the front. So when you, again, when you want to breach your doorway, you would stick it into the wood, shoot out either the door handle or the lock or the hinges. But I don't know if I want to do that in this type of gun. I mean, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this the perfect home defense gun? Is it the perfect truck gun? Or to me, I think it's just one of the perfect, like, you just buy it because you can, because you want to be able to, you know, flip your nose up at the NRA, or excuse me, the NFA and the ATF and say, look, I got a short barrel shotgun, but it's not technically a shotgun, so I didn't have to pay $200 and I didn't have to wait 6 months to a year, and there's nothing you can do about it. But last couple of things, it does have a very cool little, their lift gate here you can buy some extra accessories online since there's a hole. So you can very reliably feed mini shells. So with 5+1 for standard shells, you can get like a few more shots, like a couple more shots with the mini shells. They're more manageable recoil. And because you buy the special adapter, they feed 100% reliably in this gun. And to me, a mini shell style like this would make a lot more sense than your traditional shotgun shells. And the Mossberg 590 receivers, which this is based off the 590, also are drilled and tapped on top. So you can add a rail up top and have, no, not a scope, but like a red dot, which would, with a regular shotgun, be easier to aim. But even with this type of gun, it would just get you, you know, better sight picture, quick aiming in a defensive situation. With the mini shells and the red dot coupled together, I think it would be a lot more sensible than the way it is now. But these types of guns have so many configurations. They have so many different foregrips, and you can even buy braces for the back now that makes it look kind of like a stock. So let me know what you think below. Is this the perfect self-defense gun, the perfect truck gun, or just the perfect because I can gun? Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, and I'll catch you in the next one.